Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. I want to just nail this ghost to the coffin and wrap up the SDCC. San Diego Comic-Con reveals. This was on... What night was it when all this stuff got revealed? I think it was Friday, that's right. And last night I did a live stream with friends and we talked about everything for about 4 hours. So I just wanted to, do a final video to wrap everything up. This was my favourite thing that they revealed, the retro collection, and the fact that they are going to finally finish this first 12, which is brilliant. And these are the only two images I have currently, which is a Ben Kenobi, which I can't wait to get these cards, and hopefully they will be unpunched. The others were. And there's 3PO, you see. This is the thing about the whole news on this, the fact that I actually didn't think they were going to do them. I thought they couldn't do it, back metal and blah blah, but they are obviously going to do it, which is brilliant. And speaking of the retro collection, you must excuse this image. Look how fuzzy that is. That is a screenshot of a video, if that makes sense. And as you can see, the pipeline for the Return of the Jedi is Luke Jedi Bush. You've got Han Solo, Endor, Lando Calrissian, the Emperor, and the Biker Scout. And we had a chat last night about ones that they could do for another 6. And I said, I think it was the Emperor's Royal Guard, Bib Fortuna would be good. 9 Num was mentioned. Definitely. Oh, Gamorrean Guard. Did I say the Royal Guard? Definitely. There's loads. Potentially Nikto. There's Re-Yeez. I'm looking over here because this is where my shelf is. Oh, Akbar. Anyway, moving on. Loads and loads. So we'll do a separate video on that. So that was all good news. That was the best thing for me. This was something that really excited. I know Tim from Bosk's Bounty was jumping for joy. But I am also pleased to see they're going to do something about the Phase 2. But, man, it's too little, too late. The number of figures that they have made, with the Phase 2 helmet, which is oversized, and it's an outrage. You've got the 2010 vintage collection. They had countless figures there. The Shock Trooper, the 501st Trooper, the 212th. Then they brought back the vintage collection in 2017, and since then we've had loads of Phase 2 action, including the 51st Elite Corps, and then all these guys, these 501st people, the Bad Batch stuff, all of them rocking the oversized helmet. The Phase 1 sculptor, the VC45, gets away with it, in my opinion. He has a slender body, but the helmet is much more in proportion to the oversized things, and they have been oversized since 2005. So, well done, Hasbro, if you're going to fix this helmet, but something? You should have fixed that when you brought back the Phase 2s going back to the 51st Elite Corps clone. Enough I can say about that, but anyway. They might do a 4-pack. You know what I mean? That'll be good, so you can army build some of those guys. But still, so we've got Han Solo pipeline revealed, and also Admiral Piet. Intensify forward power, whatever. Now, Piet's great because that opens a can of worms for Imperial commanders and whatever. Hopefully a Krennic will come, an Ozzel. The list goes on. But the Han Solo is an interesting one because we've just had an Endor Han anyway. This isn't going to necessarily be the trenchcoat one. There are different variations of characters you can get. Somebody said this last night on the stream. You can get, the Luke Skywalker farm boy, but then there's also Luke Skywalker Death Star Escape, which is made exclusively for the modern era vintage collection. But then, so is this going to be just an alternative of Han for Endor or the Return of the Jedi? Because, look at him. He's outside the bunker there. But here's the good news. This is almost like a prelude, if they are going to make a brand new sculpt for Han, to nailing the ghost to the coffin, speaking of which, for the big 3 that are missing for the New Hope card backs. That's Luke, Leia, and Han, that desperately need doing on the original New Hope cards. So, maybe I shouldn't grumble too much. But they were my original thoughts. This is an awesome looking figure. I can't get enough of this. It does come with this new Slave 1, which I'm going to call it correctly there. Move down. I hope that they bring this out on his own card back. A Nomad Fett would be awesome. That bit when he turns in the episode of the Crate Dragon and walks towards the camera. So just a good card back is doable as well. But I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Is it going to be Mando 2 or Book of Boba Fett? Most likely Book of Boba Fett, because he spent more time looking like that. But the facial sculpt of this figure is just out of this world. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. But, you know, people were talking about Tungori last night on the live stream. Come on, Tungori, they were saying, because we really hope that we don't have to buy this. Here it is now. I mean, it does look good. The weathering is definitely more than the other one. The other one had a lovely coat of weathering on it, but this one does look grimier and dirtier. But the price, they've jacked it up to £235, £240, is it? Whew, I tell you what, man, that's a huge wad of money that they are wanting for this. And they can't even call it correctly what it's called, which is the Slave 1. SLAVE 1 could be an acronym. I would like them to come out and publicly explain why they've changed the name, although we all know, but it would be nice to hear what they have to say about that, you know. But it's just so woke. Go woke, go broke, but they ain't going to go broke if people bought these, because they'd be raking it in. It's a lot of money. It's an outrage. I'm not going to be buying this. I tell you what, usually people have the strategy of waiting for stuff to go onto clearance, they say. I never take that gamble. If it's something I want, I always put my order in. With this one, I will sit and I will wait until that is reduced if I was to ever buy it. Hopefully they will bring the figure out on his own card, but that never happened with... Well, Antok Merrick came with his own card, but he never came out in a wave, so you had to buy the vehicle, which is a bit annoying, but still. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to put him on a card in the box. That means people will be buying this. I shouldn't be putting these things out there, ideas, because they've been doing it, you know. Anyway, move on from that, because it really does annoy me. Boba Fett Starship. It's just cobblers, isn't it? Moving on. This is Cal Kestis. He reminds me a little bit of peasant Anakin. But we were looking also at his lightsaber. Looks a little bit chopped off, but I quite like that. Maybe that's the design. Maybe the hilt, the emission of the blade, cuts it off at the top. I don't know. It looks like some kind of ice lolly. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'd like to watch the deleted scenes. I'm just talking about myself for a minute. Of Jedi Fallen Order. I still haven't really watched that, so I don't know anything about Cal Kestis. I want to get into it a bit more. Like, I love Starkiller, because I've seen the deleted scenes, or whatever you want to call it. This guy is coming back out. This is the Klatooinian Raider. Very nice. Lovely looking figure. And here we are now. Let's stop on Luke. This is a great figure. Unbeknown to me, it's coming on an orange background on the pill. And as people have rightly argued, it should really come on a green one. In fact, there's an Instagrammer who has mocked up what it could and should look like with green. If they were going to change that, is up to them. But, yeah, the bottom line is, the good thing is, the image is him with his hood up, Daniel Chart, when he comes through just a brilliant episode when he comes through those doors just before he reveals the dodgy deepfake. We've got another shot of Cal Kestis here. Sorry about this. The images are in no particular order. That's a terrible image as well. This is from the actual convention or whatever. Someone took a photograph of that. Aha! You can see the actual AT-ST there. These are images that I've saved courtesy of John Miko of the Facebook group. The Vintage Collection Facebook group. The one with 19,000 followers. Biggest one on Facebook. I'll leave a link to them in the description. There it is there, Boba Fett Starship. So only 24 months ago, they were calling it Slave 1. So times have changed. Moving on. There's the car back. Nice, isn't it? Look at that. Although some people, crazy people, want to see him with the hood down. But then again, the deepfake wasn't so good as it was in the Book of Boba Fett. And there's the car back for Cal Kestis. Interesting. And finally, I think this is finally, the pipeline reveal of the Vintage Collection Biker Scout. Now, it was, a sitting duck, this one, for them to do. But then again, there's a lot of stuff they haven't done. I wouldn't have put it past Hasbro to not do this, to defy all logic. But they are going to do it, which is good for the 40th anniversary in 2023, I guess. But there's a lot of stuff still outstanding that is just head-scratchingly crazy that they haven't done it, if that makes sense. You know, Dooku is the top of the list still, and there's lots of other things. The Blurg. And this, I've also thought I'd just show you this, because I did buy myself the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber not long ago. Don't think I can afford another one. This goes up to nearly $300 or 280 something pounds. But it was just nice to have a look at this. I don't know if the Obi-Wan one comes with that kind of crystal. That's awesome. Look at that kyber crystal, whatever it is there. It used to be that they were synthetic. That's why they were red. Now they've just been bled differently using the dark powers or something like that. You know, talk to Pablo Hidalgo or whoever has changed the rules on that. But that was quite interesting, that, because the Obi-Wan one comes with a stand as well. And I can just sort of imagine on my mantelpiece having both together. But, you know, I've always wanted a Vader's one, and a proper... Darth Vader's the original red saber dude, isn't he? So, thank you for listening. I hope you have enjoyed that video, and please do let me know your thoughts on the SDCC. Any thoughts on what should be in the next wave of the Return of the Jedi. There's lots of options there. And thank you again for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only One. Out.